Now, let's move on to another move that we'll talk about a little bit later that was a little controversial for me just because there was a guy that I was wanting that was still on the board. So flipping close. It's when I wish Dan would have came in there and said, I want him. That's it. All right, leave that, right? But look, again, another one, hindsight. This guy's a 4.4, ran a 4.440. He's a safety out of Illinois, 5th-year senior. In the day and age where we have guys leaving early, the NIL deals, trying to get out of there, this guy has stayed for 4 and then got that extra year, the COVID year, and all I hear about is he's aggressive, especially on contact, especially in that running game. He's going downhill, and he's a sure tackler. What we absolutely need. High energy, tough-minded. You know what I mean? Like, somebody that's very helpful in run support. You talk about Fuller. There's even McCain had some games where we brought them up to the line and they're jumping, a little sweep play and shutting down that edge. That's the type of thing that we could see this guy doing, and that I'm so excited about. On top of the fact that this guy played with Devin Witherspoon, the guy that we wanted. We saw he got picked early, and that. I mean, you play with good players, that definitely elevates your game. But from everything I've seen from Quan Martin and everything I've heard, I'm excited about what he can bring to the table. And getting him early is one of those things where it's like, dang, okay. Was this actually kind of almost a steal? Like, he's a really good player at this position. I mean, excellent ball skills, especially when he's breaking on the route. So I'm excited about this in hindsight, like I've talked to you about. What are your thoughts about this, and what were your thoughts that day? And notice we didn't do a show that day. So
what people don't realize is Sean was in an emotional state on Friday night, and when this pick happened, he did not take it very well.
What are we doing?
Was it Saturday morning? Is that when I called to check and see how you're doing, or was it Friday morning? I can't remember.
I think it was Saturday morning.
It almost had to check on him both mornings to make sure he's all right, because the sun's still coming up. So this was when they made the announcement, my jaw dropped. I went, oh,
yeah,
okay. And Trisha was down there watching the parts of the draft, and I was like, and she's like, how? She's like, what are your thoughts? And I was like, I didn't see this coming. This was not someone I had on my radar that they would be going after. And I was like, and I feel like there's still a need out there.
Yeah.
So what's interesting is our guy, John Keim, talked about it over the weekend. And he said he had heard that there was a player, and he wasn't told who, but there was a player that they really loved for the second round. They would consider trading up to get him, but they were worried, would he still be there? This was the guy.
Wow.
So they identified him pretty early as like, this is who we think is going to be a game changer for us, a difference maker, as well as who they got in the first round because of their favorite word, position flex.
Yep.
But also this is a guy, for all the people screaming that we didn't draft a linebacker for the second year in a row, here is your linebacker. Yep. For how they play their defense. This guy is going to be able to play the 3 safety role that Bobby McCain took left when he's no longer with us. So this guy, Quan Martin's going to come in and play that role. He can play the slot. We don't have a corner on the roster who can play a slot. We had Kendall Fuller, who did it as a rookie and played well, but he's been moved to the outside. So now you'd be asking him to essentially change a position. Does he want to do that? You've got someone who excels at it. He can play safety as well, so he's interchangeable, which is really helpful. One of the things they were concerned about Cam Curl is that because they had to always put him down in the box like a linebacker, that he started to break down, and he's had some injuries, some nicks last season. They want to use Quan Martin as a way to interchange with Cam Curl and move things around as well. And so we're essentially going to have 4 safeties that they want to rotate in, along with Derek Forrest and potentially Percy Butler. So this is like your linebacker pick. This is your shoring up the defense. And so in that matter, I think because of his versatility, and you said it, man, he came from a great Illinois defense. Like last year, I was like, man, how is Brett Bielema doing this? Are they really legit? they had 3 DBs who went in the top 3 rounds.
Yeah.
With Philly getting Sidney Brown, I think it was 3 rounds. I mean, they had a legit defense, and like you said, he was around other NFL top prospects playing. So this dude's a baller, and so this I'm excited about this pick. It was not what I was anticipating.
No.
But I'm excited about it afterwards.
Now, I think what you said to me, I think and I don't know, I don't have the text right in front of me, but I think you did mention Buffalo nickel to me. And it was something I said, oh, okay, we can use that. Okay, Buffalo nickel kind of works. And be honest, first and foremost, for a while, I had seen Jartavius, I had seen him said, we got Quan Martin. So when I looked, and I was like, no, we didn't. We got Jartavius Martin. Who are you? So I was confused for a second. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Who do we get? And then I figured it out. And then once I saw this, and then, ladies and gentlemen, this is off topic, but with the 48th pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Cody Mauch.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to you, Anton, for watching, because my response was,
what? What?
I couldn't believe it. I could not. And so that obviously took some of the joy that I had out of the Martin pick, because I was so fixated on getting Cody Mauch, and I was so ready to get this guy. He could do this, he could do that, yada. But we did, and look, ain't no use of crying over spilled milk. So